Hey, Reddit. I need to share something that's been haunting me. About a month ago, I moved into an old house in a small town. While cleaning the attic, I found a box of VHS tapes. Most were ordinary home videos, but one was different, unlabeled and older. Intrigued, I played it. The grainy black and white footage showed a dimly lit room with antique furniture. Mannequins dressed in old-fashioned clothing stared eerily into the camera. As the camera zoomed in, one mannequin's eyes seemed to follow, its mouth twisted in a grotesque smile. The screen went black, then flickered back to life. This time, an anxious woman, who I recognized as the house's previous owner, Mrs. Grayson, appeared holding an ornate box. She said, "If you're watching this, I failed. You have to destroy the box. It's the only way to stop it." The screen went black again. Days passed, and strange things started happening. Objects moved, doors opened and closed on their own. One night, whispering from the attic woke me. I found the box from the video, locked. Inside, I discovered a key and a note. The key opens the door to the basement. Do not enter unless you are prepared to face the consequences. I searched for the basement door and finally found it behind a bookshelf. The key fit perfectly. Descending the stairs, I entered a small, dimly lit room filled with jars and strange books. On the table was an open book filled with symbols matching those on the parchment. Suddenly, Mrs. Grayson's ghostly figure appeared, whispering, "You've awakened it." The room began to shake. A low growl echoed. I performed a ritual described in the book using symbols and substances from the jars. A blinding light filled the room. The growl intensified. When the light faded, the room was silent. The whispering stopped, but the entity wasn't gone. Night after night, the whispering returned, louder each time. Shadows moved in my vision. Mrs. Grayson's figure appeared in the hallway. My reflection changed. My eyes darker, skin paler, a twisted smile emerging. One morning, I found the box on my bedside table, a black feather inside. The note read, "The ritual only postponed the inevitable. The entity is bound to the house, and now to you. There is no escape." Desperate, I returned to the basement. A passage in the book described a final ritual requiring a precious sacrifice. My father's old pocket watch was my only option. I placed it in the circle, followed the instructions, and chanted the words. The room shook violently, the growl deafening. The entity was pulled into the circle, a searing pain in my chest. When it ended, the whispering stopped. The house was silent. The pocket watch was gone, replaced by a black feather. Exhausted but relieved, I decided to sell the house and leave this nightmare behind. If you ever find an old VHS tape in your attic, think twice before you watch it. Some things are better left forgotten.